Hello, guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be taking... why does that always tickle my throat? We're going to be taking another look at another unique for the Necromancer. We just took a look at the Path of Trag'oul. That was a pretty long one. But we're going to be taking a look at the Blood Moon Breeches, which are really powerful now. And quite honestly, probably deserve another look if you're doing an Overpower build. You may be interested in these now. So first off, we have the 806 maximum life on these, which is pretty standard. It's got 638 to 873. That's like the standard number that they add to 925 items at this point is 873. So not really too amazing there. We also have the 88 to 115% overpower damage, which is really nice. Obviously, because these are a pair of Overpower pants, and if you're building an Overpower build, you definitely want to take a look at these pants, like if you're doing a Blood Necromancer, or if you're using the Banished Lord's Talisman, for instance, to get free Overpowers. There's a lot of different ways that you could potentially get Overpowers, but if you're stacking Overpower damage, these are definitely going to help you out with that 115% Overpower. We also have 26 to 35% curse duration, which is nice, of course, to help those curses just kind of proliferate onto the targets for longer. And then we also have 2 to 4 plus to curse skills, which, if I remember correctly, like some of the curses, it's not really all that important. Like if you had a low one on this, I'd have to say that it's not really like the end of the world, because with Decrepify, more points in Decrepify really only gives you more slow duration and increase to the amount of damage that they deal, or decrease to the amount of damage that they deal by small percentages. So like it's not like super duper ridiculous to have additional levels in Decrepify, although it's nice. I mean, it's not like necessary, but it's nice. And then Iron Maiden also has a like a damage aspect to it, so it bumps up the damage that it does. But if you're not using Iron Maiden specifically for that purpose, again, this is probably something that you're not necessarily like going to be too worried about. So if you did have like a really perfect pair of Blood Moon Breeches and they rolled really low on the curse skills, it's not that big of a deal. We also have the meat and potatoes of this, which is your minions attack and have a 6.4 up to 7% chance to randomly inflict Decrepify or Iron Maiden. And let me go ahead and I've actually sacrificed my minions, but let's pull out some minions for the sake of the video. So let's grab the Reapers. The Reapers are more fun. And of course we need to put them on the bar. And we're going to take Decrepify off, because, you know, obviously for reasons, because we want to show this off. So when you're attacking and the minions are actually doing their thing, they will actually randomly curse the monsters themselves. So they're going to apply the curse to the targets on a lucky hit basis. 7% isn't like the most amazing, but if you're running a full minion build and you have the mages, you've got the golem, you've got all the various stuff running, it's there, but it's not like, they have not cursed them one time. I wonder if I have to have it on the bar. Let's test that out too. So let's throw it on the bar real quick. And they are not cursing anything. Oh wait, of course, because I don't have the breeches on. How many times have I pulled this in my unique item videos? Okay, so now that I have the breeches on, let's see if they curse anything. There we go. I saw that curse. That was definitely a curse. There's another one. There's the Decrepify, and so forth and so on. Alright, so let's also take the curse off, because we want to make sure that it is, of course, working without the curse on our bar. Because this is something that, when you're playing around with this, is something you're interested in. Like, you don't necessarily want to have the curse on your bar if you don't want to. So, you know, let's see, make sure that it's working. There you go. See, it's working even if the curse is not on the bar. And it's actually pretty decent percent chance, lucky hit-wise. So, like, if you're fighting a boss or something like that, you really won't have to cast it yourself, especially if you get a good curse duration and you have maybe some curse duration on some of your other equipment. You can definitely get the curse duration up to the point where, as you can see, just the Reapers are able to maintain it on these 3 targets pretty much perpetually, which is decent. If you have the mages and you've got the Golem too, it should have nearly 100% uptime of at least Iron Maiden or Decrepify, one or the other, at any given time. But that's not really what we're here for. So moving on from this, and let's just go ahead and kill these guys real quick. Because we're not really going to be talking about the curses. So let's go ahead and pull my Decrepify back in. You can, of course, activate the special effect of these through casting the curse yourself as well. The second part of this, besides your minions have a chance to randomly Decrepify and Iron Maiden monsters, is that it also gives you a 100 to 150% increase to your overpower damage of any enemy that is affected by your curses, which is pretty ridiculous. And let's go ahead and pull up a single training dummy because I don't want the numbers to get all jumbled. And we're going to show off some damage numbers here. So first off, let's take the pants off, and I'm going to give you as much damage as I could possibly do here. So let's go ahead and get our pumps up. And I'm going to see if I can give you guys the highest amount of damage that I'm capable of without the pants. So as you can see, we got, what was that, a 165? Let's keep on running. Let's get those numbers higher. 267. Okay, that's even better. 302. Not terrible. I mean, 302 million, certainly nothing to sneeze at, but could be better.
Mr. Goody Two Shoes, Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Ginger Evil Mentor here. Why bother farming when you can go to MMOEXP.com and simply purchase your items in gold? GGM would have you farm the items. What a pathetic being. Use code GEM Ginger Evil Mentor for 6% off your entire purchase. And don't tell Ginger Gaming Mentor that I was here.
As you can see, like, 302 is about our limit there in terms of damage output. Now, because this is a guaranteed overpower build, why wouldn't we want a multiplier to our overpower? That just seems like a no-brainer, right? So let's put our Blood Moon Breeches on. And with our Blood Moon Breeches on, we now have 143%. I need a perfect pair of these, by the way. If anybody finds a really nice one, I'd like them. I'll pay for them. I'll buy them from you. Anyway, I need huge amounts of overpower damage, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to overpower the monster now. So let's do the same exact thing now with the overpower pants. So we're just going to go ahead and start our rotation here. We're going to go ahead and get our curse up. We're going to make sure we've got our little doojanks running. Let's go ahead and pop our numbers. Oh, look, 517 million. 568 million. Hold on, I'm sure we can do better. 506 million. Let's keep going. 279 million. 606. I hit a 800 earlier. I don't know where that one disappeared to. Where's my 800? Come on, come back. Come back to me, 800. 474. But as you can clearly see, we have a situation now where we're doing massively better because our guaranteed overpowers are getting multiplied by, of course, the pants, right? So these pants just make perfect sense for any build that's going to have guaranteed overpowers. And all they really cost you, cursing the monster. That's it, right? And if you're doing a minion build, you don't even need to curse the monster because it's going to happen for you automatically as your minions are attacking. And if you build for lucky hits, actually, I don't even think this one is a lucky hit. It just says 7%. But if you're building for attack speed on your minions, which is something you can easily do because you get like attack speed bonuses all over the place for your minions now, they're going to attack faster, and they're going to obviously get more procs of the Decrepify and the Iron Maiden, and you're going to end up with more damage output. So these things are absolutely great for overpower builds. They're also really great for if you just want to like have your Decrepify and Iron Maiden without having it on your bar, because God knows, I mean, God knows the Necromancer has a lot of issues with bar space because they decided to make the skeletons and the golem take up 2 spots. So if you have your skeletons on here and you've got your Golem on here, there's a very good chance you might not have enough space for your Decrepify or your Iron Maiden or even both, which is definitely very nice. Now, another thing that we can talk about, which is really interesting, is that there is a couple aspects in the game that actually give you more benefits for having both curses up at the same time. Now, because the pants can actually cast both curses, and then you won't actually need to have both curses on the bar, this one could actually be really good for those builds as well. And let me take you over to the Occultist real quick, and we're going to take a look at one of those builds, because I do believe that these pants could be absolutely epic for those as well. So we're going to type in Iron Maiden, and when you type in Iron Maiden, you're going to get the... where is the one for both? Maybe I don't have it yet. That's okay. We can pull it up on Diablo 4.life. It's pretty easy here. So we go to Resources, Aspects, and we're going to go to Iron Maiden. Did they take it away? Is that what they did? Am I just like completely... Let's try Curse. This is the kind of stuff that, like, eventually my knowledge is becoming outdated, and I have to laugh at myself, because I know for a fact there once was an aspect that made it so that you could get more damage when you had both curses active, but it looks like it's either just not in the game anymore, or maybe I'm just crazy, and you guys can gaslight me. But overall, this is a very, very nice pair of pants. Where do you get this pair of pants? Well, you get them from Duriel and Endariel on the Necromancer. So if you take a look on Diablo 4.life, we do have a target farming tool, and you'll see that you click on Necro, and we're going to click on the Moon Breeches, and see it says Duriel and Endariel. If you ever are in question on where things are for, where you get specific unique items, you can check on here. You can also gamble them now too, which is really neat on the Necromancer. Overall, I do think that the Moon Breeches are very powerful now. They may not have been the most powerful before, but they definitely are now with that 150% overpower damage on the curses. And as you can clearly see by my damage output in the previous video and in this one, I was able to hit like almost 800 million, whereas without it I could only get up to like 300 some odd, which is a pretty big buff to my damage output. And I don't even have a perfect pair. I need a perfect pair. I need a greater affix on the overpower damage, and I need a greater affix on the curse duration. That would be nice too, because I would like to. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to have to like cast my curses often. I would rather prefer me not have to cast the curses all the time. Also, greater affix on the maximum life would be a big boon as well, because overpower damage is based off of maximum life, and the more maximum life you have, the higher your overpower damage goes. Trying to think if I could show you here. So like for instance with this one I have 1441 maximum life, and see I have my overpower damage here. If I take off the ring, you'll notice that the overpower damage what should go down might be because I'm in town. Hold on, it might not be calculating my life because I'm in town. A lot of stuff doesn't show in town, which is weird. Watch me be wrong twice in my own video. Nope, of course not. Of course it's not going to show. Of course it won't show. That one shows because it has overpower damage on it, which isn't really quite the same. I guess that's pretty much it. Honestly, these pants aren't really that complicated, not like some of the other uniques. And the damage output that they give you is massive, and it's for a very specific purpose, for your overpower. If you're not guaranteeing an overpower, if you don't have a build that guarantees overpowers, probably not for you. So it's probably pretty much only going to primarily be for the Blood Necromancers, which guarantee overpowers all the time, and the Banished Lord's Talisman Necromancers, which are utilizing that to get guaranteed overpowers for their core skills. There's really not a lot of other ways to get guaranteed overpowers on the Necromancer, so if you're not guaranteeing overpowers, these might not be for you. They actually made a new aspect, by the way, and that is something that I can show you. Hey, like, I'll be right about something for once. The I got to joke with myself, otherwise, like I'll go insane. So, because they keep changing everything on me, and like, so like I remember something that's not there anymore. I feel like they're like, I feel like people are like, okay, Grandpa, like sure they had an aspect that was Iron Maiden and Decrepify at the same time. Sure, Grandpa. But they added the. This is from, I think it was from the season of Malignant, or was it the one right after? I can't remember. It was either season 2 or 3. This is the automated curse that they added. I think it was season 3. And basically, it just puts an aura around your feet and curses everything. So honestly, if you're not going to use the overpower on these, you probably would just be better off going with the aspect of the cursed aura for free curses at that point. And it works pretty much just as well. It is really kind of like a melee attack, but it does last for 4 seconds outside of the cursed area. So as long as you're walking within melee range of the monster, at least once every 4 seconds, you're going to have basically both of the curses just automatically cast on pretty much everything, which is really nice. I was using this right up until the point where I started using this, which is the overpower damage is just too good for me to put down with this particular build. Like I can't not. I mean, going from like 300 million to 800 million is a pretty big step. I mean, that's more than double because 300 million plus 300 million is only 6. So that's 200 million more than what I was getting before, and I'm not even min-maxed. So we'll see about that. Anyway, as always, I'd appreciate you guys and gals joining me for these videos. Be sure to say hi to Mr. Dusty Bones. He's my little buddy here. He hangs out with me for all my videos. And hit that like button, the subscribe button if you enjoy the content. And as always, keep watching.